Welcome to Menu Monday. New recipes every Monday. Stuck in that cooking rut? I've been there. Come join me and try some new things. I have fun in the kitchen and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get cooking. Our first meal this week is going to be barbecue chicken with mac and cheese and green beans. So for the barbecue chicken, first of all, I'm going to get it washed. I'm going to cut mine down and butterfly it to make more pieces of chicken that are thinner and will cook faster. So I'm going to get a Ziploc bag here and put some barbecue sauce in it, and that's what I'm going to marinate the chicken in. I used a Hawaiian Baby Ray's, but you can use any barbecue sauce that you enjoy. Okay, now we've got all the chicken in there. We're just going to close the bag and make sure all the chicken gets covered. Now I'm going to do the macaroni cheese, and I'm going to do this in the Instant Pot. So we're adding the macaroni, some butter, some yellow mustard, and then some table salt. We'll put in 4 cups of water. We're going to set this on sealing, not venting, and then 4 minutes, after which we'll do a quick release. Alright, we'll get the oven heated up here for the chicken, and this is 350 degrees. I just put foil on my pan and then I spray a little olive oil. Alright, on top of the chicken, I'm going to put some sharp cheddar grated. You can use any cheese. It's just what I had on hand. And then I'm adding some other cheese there. It says cheese of choice. It's probably mozzarella. I apologize. It's been a while since I've made this. And then you're going to put on top of that peppers. Now, the recipe called for jalapenos, but they were too spicy for what I was doing. I had my grandson here, and it would be too spicy for him. So we did the pepperoncinis, and they're a little mild. I would put olives on it if it was just me. But anything that you like on top of it is fine. These were very good though. They got crunchy. The recipe calls for the chicken to be cooked in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. But this Emeril Lagasse oven cooks a lot faster. So I think they were ready in like 15-20 minutes. And plus I had cut them quite thin, so that had a lot to do with it too. Alright, back to the macaroni cheese. We've done the quick release. I'm going to add in the evaporated milk, and we're going to give that a stir. It's going to look a little watery at first, but then you're going to add the cheeses one handful at a time. Then give it a stir. And when you get your macaroni to the consistency that you like, then you just stop adding your cheeses. And I just did a side of green beans. Very simple. And again, all the ingredients will be at the end of this clip, and ingredients and directions on our website, rvlifeintheusa.com. That was dinner tonight. There are your ingredients. Our next dinner is Korean beef and rice. And this is new to me. I've not made this one before, but it was very, very tasty. So I think you should give it a try. Big Daddy loved it too, and it'll definitely go back on our rotation. So the first thing I'm doing here is putting in some sesame oil and some garlic. And now I'm adding a pound of ground beef. And we're going to brown that till it's no longer pink, and then we'll drain all the fat off. I'm also making my rice at the same time. This came together very quickly. Okay, and when you're in an RV, don't ever put the grease down the drain. I just save that till it hardens, and then I throw it in the trash can. Now that we've drained that, we're going to add brown sugar, soy sauce, ginger, salt and pepper, and some red pepper. Then we're just going to simmer that and just for a few minutes and blend all the flavors together. And I got the rice cooking in my little rice cooker. On the side, I just heated up these squash and zucchini. It was in the frozen section, super easy, didn't take any time at all. Alright, let's get this dinner served up. And this was, like I said, very flavorful. The next day I had a little bit left over and I put some soy sauce on it. It did not need that because it's got that in there. So I wouldn't add anything else to it until you've tasted it, because it is, like I said, full of flavor. And that was dinner tonight. Quick, easy, and delicious. There's your ingredients. Tonight's dinner, shrimp fajitas. I had two different kinds of shrimp. One was cooked, one was raw. So I thawed them separately and just put the raw in first, and then I put the cooked in later. Now, I have my little grandson here helping me out. He loves to cook with me, so I was cutting the vegetables and he was putting them all in the bowl for me. And we had a yellow, a red, and an orange pepper, but you can really use any peppers that you have on hand. And then when I move out of the picture, I'm just washing them. Alright, now we've got our peppers done. We're moving on to our red onion. And I'm sure you all have noticed that I'm using the wrong cutting board. This one's for chicken. So, let's hope that doesn't happen again. We had a lot going on though. He's in virtual kindergarten, so we had just got done with school. I think I wasn't thinking too well here, but that's okay. I wash them good. So now we have all our vegetables in here. We're going to season them. And Abel wanted to help me with that, and I was willing to let him make a mess. So, worked out for both of us. But you gotta learn sometime. And he was having so much fun. Oh, I even taught him how to do the knife trick. He got it nice and level. Look at that. Future chef. And then I did the salt and the pepper, and we got everything in there. Oh, and the paprika. Smoked paprika. Now, I needed to mix these, and I had filled the bowl up, so what I did is put them in a bag and let Abel toss them around. Yeah, he liked that. Okay, got the peppers and onions in the pan in some olive oil, and I'm cooking the rice. The one thing I will not do next time is put the lid on the peppers, because it causes them to release all their liquid, so I had to actually drain everything. And we were going to do this on the Blackstone, the shrimp and the peppers, but it decided to pour with rain right before we got ready to cook, so I did them in the skillet, and I had not planned on doing that and didn't even think about it when I put the lid on. So be sure not to do that. That way they'll all cook and brown up nicely. I'm putting in the raw shrimp now, and I added some Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning when I put the shrimp in, just to give it a little more kick. And I was surprised because Abel ate the shrimp, and I had chicken nuggets prepared for him not to eat this because it was spicy, but he loved it. He didn't eat the peppers and the onions. He just picked the shrimp and put them in his little tortilla. You'll see me heating up the tortilla here, and he really enjoyed it. Alright, here's the next shrimp going in. It calls for 1.5 pounds. I had 1 pound of raw and 1 pound of cooked, so we had 2 pounds of shrimp, but nothing went to waste. And I'm just putting these little tortillas in the pan to heat them up and brown them a little bit. And that was dinner. It was really tasty. There are your ingredients. I hope you give it a try. It was another simple meal. Tonight, my little grandson helper and I are going to make some sweet meatballs and rice. First thing I'm going to do is empty a jar of grape jelly in here. Now, I have made this before in the slow cooker, and I had a subscriber by the name of Stephanie suggest that instead of using the chili sauce, to use some paste picante sauce. So I decided, since I'm using the Instant Pot instead of the slow cooker, I would try the paste picante sauce instead of the chili sauce. So this is a little different than the one I cooked in the slow cooker. So after I got the jelly in, Abel got in the picante sauce. I just added a little liquid to empty out the jar, and it does call for a 1/2 cup of water because you need to get it to come to pressure. So we added that. It says to whisk up all the ingredients until they're combined, so I chose to use my immersion blender. Okay, now that's all done, Abel's going to put in the meatballs. I usually use Italian meatballs, but I got the regular ones this time. Alright, then you just want to stir everything together, make sure all your meatballs are covered with the sauce. Alright, we're going to put this on pressure cook, and we're going to set the timer for 7 minutes. And after that, you do a quick release and just mix everything up and let them cool down. My liquid was a little too runny. I like a thicker liquid, so I chose to use a tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of water and mix that together and pour it in. And then I set it on saute low and just kept stirring it until I got it as thick as I liked it. This is not a necessary step. It could have been because I put the water in the picante jar and I had a little more than 1/2 cup in there. But if yours is too thin, this is how you thicken it up. If your sauce is fine, then you can just omit this step. Very quick and easy meal. I did rice with this, and I know it looks like we've had a lot of rice this week, but a lot of my meals come from different weeks. This is not exactly what we eat in a week. I just put them all in a folder, and then I just pull some out and put them together, and this one happened to be a lot that had rice. So I just wanted to explain that to you. And there's a lot of meals we do on the Blackstone that I don't film because I'm not here, Big Daddy's cooking, or I'm doing something else. So yeah, these just have to all be pulled out of the folder and all have rice. But This is how I do my rice. I do it in this little rice cooker, and I just give it all a good wash. And I do that like 2 or 3 times until it runs clear. And then once it's clear, I just fill it up to my first knuckle. I touch the rice and then the water on top of it to my first knuckle. Then I add 2 tablespoons of butter and a little salt, and it cooks perfectly every time. And I know you can do rice in the Instant Pot, but I'm usually using the Instant Pot for something else because I use it a lot. I'm putting egg noodles in here for Abel because he doesn't care for rice. He loved this meal. Of course, he helped cook it. Here are your ingredients. I hope you give it a try, and thank you, Stephanie. Well, thank you for joining me again for another Menu Monday. I will be back next Monday with more recipes. For anyone that's new, thank you for joining me today, and please consider subscribing. My husband and I travel around the country. My husband is an industrial pipe fitter, and we go job to job. So some of our videos are exploring the U.S. when we get to an area, but I do food videos every Monday. So thanks again for everybody coming back. Good to see you, and I will see everybody next Monday. Love y'all. Bye-bye.